A server-wide event requiring players to shift thousands of SCU of cargo using the game's dreaded elevators. It's gone exactly as well as you would expect, and that's not a lot. It's left frustration, FOMO, and more abandoned rafts than the English Channel. But CIG have just offered a solution, of sorts. The resource drive event has been extended into patch 4.3 according to the FAQ on Spectrum. CIG acknowledge that there are problems and cite that as the reason for the extension. So, if you're struggling to get your chosen factions done, you have a few weeks added to your deadline. Which is the good news. Because there have been a lot of issues. Some legacy, some new, all made far worse by this event. The freight elevators have gotten progressively worse as the servers have degraded post-wipe. And whilst this in itself isn't unusual, it's magnified as a problem because the larger and more reliable contracts require you to head to an outpost and pick up the cargo from those same freight elevators.
I can't believe you have the gall to take a job and then abandon it.
And to make a balked problem even worse, the initial contracts that must be completed, one for each faction, rely on those freight elevators. So whilst there are other types of contract people can use to progress, they're locked behind a mechanic that seems to have stopped working almost completely a couple of weeks ago. If you're not getting the overloaded area when you try to call up cargo from a freight elevator, or people aren't throwing objects on them to intentionally break them, there's the legacy issue of not actually being able to move cargo that you did manage to collect. I cannot describe my level of rage at this point. The recover cargo from outpost mission delivers very little actual cargo for the effort, and when you consider a faction needs over 2,800 SCU to max out, I can't imagine doing anything worse with my time. Mining and refining does seem to be the most reliable method, but it is incredibly slow. There's no consideration for the rewards for having taken extra time to create the supplies from scratch. So this extension then is a welcome and not unexpected decision by CIG. But it doesn't solve the whole problem. There's no indication in the latest PU monthly report that they've gotten to the heart of the problem. Just some nebulous comment about targeting bugs arising from resource drive. Given that 4.3 has been rushed to PTU, and 4.2.1 updates have all but stopped, it would be premature to assume they've gotten all the issues fixed. My advice for those who still want to get stuff done is to try and do so as soon as possible after 4.3 launches. We all know servers degrade over time, so leaving it to the last minute will be a recipe for disaster. Between healthier servers and people being distracted by the new Onyx facilities coming in the next patch, it'll be your best chance to hit those tier rewards. On that note, I'm working on an Onyx video as we speak, so make sure you're subscribed to get it as soon as it launches, sometime in the next week. Elements of the community, of course, seem determined to make things far harder for everyone as well. Like those who find broken elevators and so leave their ships on the pad, which blocks access for everybody else. Why is it always RAF pilots? Look, RAF pilots are rapidly becoming the BMW drivers of the Star Citizen universe. Alright, that's a UK joke, and I don't know what the US equivalent is. Ford Ranger drivers, perhaps?
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Look, with this rant, I don't want to take anything away from the mission team. They were clearly instructed to create a primarily non-combat event within the existing game systems, with little thought given by management as to the state those systems are in. Had freight elevators been reliable from the start, this would actually have been quite a smooth event. Almost everything in Star Citizen leans toward combat. Well, even exploration apparently. So any attempt to cater for the non-combat folk is a step in the right direction. they got so many other things right with Resource Drive too. A variety of contracts to keep things fresh, not concentrating the event on just one or two locations, and selecting minerals that were of sufficiently low value that pirates just have so many better options for making bank elsewhere. But as a core system for so much else that happens in Star Citizen, freight elevators really should be in a better state, even before you try to make events that rely on it. We can only hope that the Year of Stability makes Nightmare elevators a dim and distant memory. If you're looking for help with a crew to get some Resource Drive work done, come see us. The link to the Discord is in the description below, and we meet every Friday at 9 PM UK time for some Friday night shenanigans. You've been watching Drinkers with Gaming Problems. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'll see you soon.